Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live on Wednesday morning. What is it? The 18th, May 18th, 10:30 a.m. And you can find me every Wednesday, well, except next week. You can find me every Wednesday on my business page at facebook.com/Dazzled by Stamping, or you can find me anytime on my website, my blog, at dazzledbystamping.com. So when you're on, let me know. I'm going to, oops, my computer screen just went away. Just a sec. Good morning, Marlene. My phone screen is still there, but my computer screen just went, bye. It's blank. Oh, I must have clicked something when I hit. I don't want that. I want that. Okay. Refresh. Sorry, a little high maintenance this morning. Oh, good morning, Carrie. I see you. Thank you so. Oh, now I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Sherry. So I am here today. I'm going to show you, well, one set I've shown you already, but I have another product that I've not shown you at all. Even at my classes, I haven't shown you yet. So I'm excited with this one too. Thanks, Marlene. So let's see. So I'm going to start with some reminders while people get on. I know I'm a couple minutes late, so people are probably finally finding me. So one reminder is that this Saturday, so in what, 3 days? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 3 days from today is the last absolute day that you can register for hi Nancy, I saw your heart on my face. I'm like, what is that? Oh, I forgot to get back to somebody and the email just came up. Saturday is the last final day that you can register for our retreat. Excuse me. That's frustrating. So we do have a few spots left, and at $75 to register for it. We have goodie bags and door prizes. We never advertise the door prizes, but we do door prizes. So let's see, and lunch and supper and projects and lots of fun. So last day is Saturday, and then it's closed completely. So there's that. And then we still have a couple weeks-ish left on our promotion for our starter kit, which is an amazing deal. You get $215 of product for $99 plus tax only. You don't pay any shipping on it. And the extra product, well, first of all, you always get $125 of product. And the extra product is a bonus bundle of in-color products. So the ink pads, an assortment of the in-color cardstock, the 6x6 designer paper stack, and then some grid paper like this, but it's more designer. It's got in color pretty flowers and stuff like that on it. It's actually, I think the Abigail Rose that I used last week, it's that design with some like color on it. Anyway, it's really pretty. So that ends May 31. you can join my team anytime, but that particular promotion ends May 31. So if you have an interest in a great deal and joining a great team, let me know. I would love to chat with you. Okay, so I'm going to go to my randomizer and get started. I have it all loaded up. And I'm fairly current. I did not send out last week's yet, but everybody else's were sent out. Ooh, Jamie Rose, you're my first winner. Jamie Rose. And I'm trying something different. I have a little post-it notepad here. Hi, Terry. And I'm going to, as soon as I take pictures, I'm going to put my little post-it note on my... Oh, hey, did you just hear that you won, Jamie? It popped up. Jamie Rose is watching. Good morning. So I'm going to try see if this helps me, so I don't at least don't have to backtrack to find out, well, whose stuff is this? Okay, so I'm running another name. Marlene, woohoo! Congratulations, girls. So I have 2 post-it notes here ready for one. Once I take pictures, I try to have this whole list of stuff that I have to do once I'm done with my live. So taking pictures is on my list, that I'm ready for my close-up post the next day. So maybe once I'm done with that, then my post note will be on there and I don't have to backtrack to find things. So congratulations. Thanks for sharing my video. If you're new to me and don't know why I have a randomizer and whatever, I give away the projects, not products. That would get expensive. The projects that I make, not the products that I use. That would be a little more difficult. Yes, yay for you. Anyway, so I give away the projects that I make each time that I'm live, and you just have to share my video, and then make sure that you come back and post on this post, or comment on this post that you shared, so that I know. I didn't have very many people come back and tell me that they shared last week. So anyway, one last reminder so I don't forget later. I will not be live next week. I will be on vacation. So excited. It's our replacement incentive trip. Todd and I are going on. So we're very excited. So I will not be live next week. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple things that I'm going to be using, and then I'll put you down and do my little crafting with you. Okay, so first I'll show you, you've seen this one already. This is Wild and Sweet, and there's one guy I haven't used yet, so I'm using him on a quick card today. And then I'm also using... Your bat got booted. Well, you won. If you didn't hear me, you won you're one of my randomizer wins. Okay, this is Stitch with Whimsy. I'm using this. You've seen this. But the product that you haven't seen yet is, it's called Charming Sentiments. It's actually a bundle, and I'm going to show you the dies. It's, the dies themselves, they cut out, like fussy cut around your letters, around your saying. So there's that. And then there's also these fun, like, celebratory kind of things that's part of it. Like, there's this looks like a burst, like a firecracker burst or something. This maybe is light, maybe a raindrop. I'm not sure what that is. There's a couple stars, a couple hearts, either flowers, or they kind of look like they could be dragonflies. I don't know. Anyway, so there's the dies, and I showed you the stamp set already. So it's a fun stamp set. So I'm going to be using that today for the first time on both of my projects. So I'm going to get ready and put you down. Use my magic wand backwards, upside down, and here we go. Okay, So this is Tahitian Tide. This is one of the new in colors. It looks a lot like Tempting Turquoise, doesn't it? I feel like it's a little bit less deep of a color. Does that make sense? But anyway, I already did my my stitching on here, and I had in mind, I should show you. Oops, I'm gonna dump everything. So I had in mind possibly using the biggest one, but I decided to use a little bit smaller one. I don't know, I just liked it better with what I had going on. Okay, so that's done. Now I have Smoky Slate, and I'm going to ink up my cute little raccoon with Stays On. So whenever I have a block, I think I told you this last time when I was doing these Wild and Sweet animals, or Sweet and Wild, Wild and Sweet. No, I forgot where to go. Wild and Sweet. When I was doing the other Wild and Sweet animals, whenever I have a big block like this, I don't pick up block to ink it. I pick up the ink pad. It gives you more control. You can see exactly what's getting inked, and you can not feel so awkward and drop it. Okay, so I'm stamping the raccoon right on the Smoky Slate. So this is a technique, if I can call it that, for not having to color, is to stamp on the on colored cardstock, and you don't have to color so much. Oh, hi Rita, I'm happy to see you on here. Do you have a day off or something? Okay, so I stamped my cute little raccoon, and now the only thing that I am going to color is, I looked up a picture because I sort of want it to be like real life. I looked up a picture. I'm going to do this on non-cushion just a second. I looked up a picture online of raccoons, and they have white around their eyes and around their mouth. So I just want to make that stand out just a little bit. His eyes are so dark, but that's actually the way that it is in pictures too. But so I want to put a little bit of light in it maybe, but definitely get this around here so his face shows up just a little bit more. I don't know if you can tell that. Oh, I'm sorry you're homesick. That's no fun. Okay. So now I'm going to attach this to, where did my, oh, there it is. Attach this to my layers. So I learned last night, you don't want to start off the off the cardstock on your pad and go onto it with Stampin' Seal Plus. That's too strong and it just was ripping everything. So don't do that. But with the regular Stampin' Seal, start off your cardstock on your mat, and it will help you get it started in case it stopped wrong last time. And then I'm also putting it on, I always try to have a little bit of white in my card. I love color, but white helps it all pop. So that's one of my rules for making cards, is making sure that I have some white or vanilla in my card to help my colors pop. Okay, so here's my little guy. And I want to, this whimsy makes it sort of fun. I feel like he's sort of a serious little guy, but I want to make a fun card. So, what I'm doing is, I'm going to put ribbon on here, but I'm doing it different than normal. So I'm going to make a long thing here. So I don't usually do ribbon this way, but this is a great way if you hate tying. And if you just want to show some ribbon, mostly I wanted to show ribbon, but I didn't want a bow or a knot is what my deal was. So I wrapped it from inside and press it on here. Just make sure that your ribbon is flat, otherwise that's annoying to not have your ribbon flat. And then press it on there. I kind of try to make sure that they're at even heights. And even height. Is that? I'm not sure the correct way to say that. Okay. Now my little guy is going on the front, so it's just going to cover that right up. Okay. So, just a sec. Where did my... Everybody know the thing that I lose most when I'm on my live? Actually, anytime I lose my dimensionals. In fact, last night I lost them. I thought I brought them to my table after my club and was getting ready for my live. And I did in fact do that, but then I covered it up with something else. And I was literally looking around everywhere trying to find them. Todd was up by that time. And he's making fun of me. Where did it go? Oh, he got a kick out of me last night. So we had... so I just told you I had my club last night. I feel like I went a little overboard on my dimensionals, but I don't know. It just looked like so much blank space. So don't apologize for too many dimensionals, we're going to say, because you don't want it to get squished. So... we had cake last night at our club. It was delicious cake. I hadn't ever had it before, but it was from Costco. And the hostess left us a couple pieces, and I was trying to find... we have a cake carrier. It's just actually from the dollar store. But we have a cake carrier, and I was trying to find that. And Todd is the one that usually uses this cake carrier because it's a, where did my little piece of white go? Todd usually uses this cake carrier because I don't like making circle cakes that have 2 layers, you know, it's just more work. I like a 9x13 pan. So he likes circle cakes, and he makes my favorite one, which is cinnamon streusel cake. And it has 2 layers, and so it's round. And so with our new cupboards, we have shelves that are way up high. And I told him, well, you could put it in there, because I never used that. Well, then last night I was trying to get it, and I was trying to use, I was trying to use his grill tongs and his grill spatula to try to reach it, and it wasn't working. He's like, I wish I would have had video of that, because I was just making it spin, and then I made it go back even farther, and then eventually I found something else that I could use, but he just got a kick out of me trying to do a silly thing. Okay, so the saying that I'm going to use, so this stamp set is photopolymer. The same I'm going to use is hey there. And you don't need a lot of room for your saying because it cuts it out like right to the edge of it. So I'm going to do this on my mini boss. Did you know that the starter kit is pretty much the only way that you can get a deal on the full-size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the Big Boss? I'm going to show you just a sec how close this is. I'll pick up my die. Look how close that die is to get the words right. So ordering a starter kit / signing up to be on my team is the only way that I've seen so far to be able to get a discount on the Big Boss, because it is $125. And you could just choose it for your starter kit. And right now you'd also get a bundle of new in-color products. So you could just choose it for your starter kit, which is $125, but you would only pay $99 plus shipping. Look at that. How cute is that? I'm going to put it on here where it's darker. You could choose that for your starter kit, but you only pay $99 plus tax. That's how the starter kit goes. And right now, through May 31, when you join my team, you also get a bundle of in-color products, which is amazing. Okay, so now on one side, I want to put just regular adhesive. And on the other end, yeah, the mini does come in handy, but it's not my favorite machine. I love the Big Boss. The mini, you have to make sure that your cutting mats aren't too warped, or it's not going to work right. It's hard to get through. I actually want to cut this down a little bit, and I didn't put. There's my scissors. I thought I didn't have my scissors. It's just a little bit too big for this end. On my sample, I showed. It showed out some of the spot. Okay, so I have adhesive on my left end and a mini dimensional on the right, because remember I put dimensionals on the back of this. Yes, for something simple and quick. So I want this to be, I don't want my adhesive hanging off. You know how sometimes it hangs off on if you go over an edge or something? So I want it to be on here, and then my dimensional will stick there. And there's my card. Kind of cute, huh? Oops, can you see it? All right, so I'm done with him. Now, another product that I'm going to use, thank you. Another product that I'm going to use, last night everybody was asking about the, thank you. Everybody was asking about the, now I forgot what they're called, what it's called. Oh, Hues of Happiness designer paper. It's pretty amazing. Everybody, like all at once, was asking about it, and multiple times, and I was passing around the cardstock, and they're like, what is this? This is gorgeous. I'm like, that's the Hues of Happiness I've been telling you about. So this designer paper is really cool, very gorgeous, and I'm using it on this card. So it's a really, really simple card, except for, oh, I did do two little things here. Okay. Just a sec. Where did I put the piece? I have a piece cut out, and now I suddenly don't know where it is, so I guess I'm going to have to do this one too. I didn't mean to take the time to do this die also. Okay, but I'm doing it. Thank you, girls. All right. So for this thing, I'm going to get this one done first. This says, wishing you everything wonderful. Now, if you wanted, you could put on the inside. There's another saying that says, because you totally deserve it. You could put that inside if you wanted. There, that's good. I like that. Now, I'm going to do this die cut quick. I know I have a piece somewhere, and I'll find it as soon as I'm done with my live, I'm sure. Okay. I was wanting to have one cut because, in case I mess this up, because they are really, really tight on these words. Oops, and then I didn't do what I needed to do for it to work right. So usually for me to get it to work right, I need to make sure that my top layer tucks in first. So I slide it in just a little bit extra on the top, and then it helps it get going. There we go. That's better. I think the problem with the small one, it's amazingly handy when you have just something small to do. But it has, the handle is so small, it has, you know, the act of winding it or rolling it, whatever. It has such a small handle that you don't have as much leverage. That's the problem with it. Okay, so here's my saying. Wishing you everything wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for the moment. Oh, thank you for sharing. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer. I was going to pull out, I found this piece of cardstock. I think it was actually from an embossing folder, but I found this piece of cardstock that I wanted to use. And the embossing folder is gone. And I was going to use the, oh, what do you call that? What is the great big, bigger than 12 by 12, or maybe it is 12 by 12 tool? Why can't I think? Simply Scored tool. I wanted to score some lines on here, and I just decided I was going to use my paper trimmer instead. So I'm going to go every 1/4 of an inch and score a line. You don't even have to lift eventually, because I can just see the line. Now, if you have a Simply Scored scoring tool, you can have it, you have all the lines lined up right there, and you use a scoring, oh shoot, what's that called now? Stylus. Ha! Man, can't. I don't use that often. I don't pull out that great big thing just to do scoring. And I score so much with my paper trimmer that it just made sense for me. That's what I always have out. Okay, so can you see the scored lines? Just to give it a little bit of texture. All right, now I'm going to pull my card together. So this is Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, and then this is the section of the designer paper that I chose. So this looks like Bermuda Bay to me, honestly, but supposedly that color isn't in this designer paper, so it's probably just a deeper Coastal Cabana Pool Party Night of Navy. So I'm going to, if it had a different color on the back, I might do like a flip side or something like that so I can see both. But it's not, so I'm not. All right, so I put it on a little bit of Night of Navy. And then we'll have my card here. And then I think I want to pop this with dimensionals. So you can show whichever side that you want. You can show the lifted side, the pressed through side, or I want to show the grooves. So I'm going to put the dimensionals on the pressed through side. Thanks, Jamie. Everybody else is quiet. You're doing all the talking. Good thing you came back. Okay, this is hanging off a little bit. I didn't do a good job of putting this on, so I'm going to cut this corner off here. Probably easier than trying to lift it back off. Okay, I want it high a little bit just because I want it away from this color that it is. And then on my, where'd my thing go? I lost oh, there it is. I thought I lost my other piece that I ended up having to make. All right, so I totally want to cover this. Now, it probably would have been a good idea to use adhesive sheets before I ran it through, because I'm putting it down on this textured piece that I just made. But I'm just going to make sure that I cover this well. It's a big enough piece that it's not a problem. Okay, so we're putting this on here. All right, and then one last thing that I want to do is, you're mesmerized. Thanks, Nancy. Okay, so these are Opal Rounds. They're just clear or white or whatever you want to call it, iridescent, whatever, opal looking. Use the tumble glue. The more you use it, the more you fall in love with it. But do you mean Tombow? And that's the liquid glue, right? I've used it more recently, but I still end up getting glue on my fingers. It drives me nuts. So then I sit there going like this the whole time. Okay, so these are just clear Opal Rounds, but we just got in the catalog. I want to show you. I don't know if it'll show up well because I know, aren't the colors awesome? We now have Opal Rounds in last year's in color. So this is the Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Pale Papaya. So these are the same kind, 2 different sizes. It's not the big one. This one has big, medium, and I think small, but I'm not sure. Are there 3 sizes? No, just 2 sizes. So I think this one is like medium and small, and this is large and medium. Anyway, so these are available in last year's in colors too. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm doing to this. So simple cards, but I wanted to show you a couple just easy techniques. So I'm going to pull you back up so I can show you the cards better. On upside down, backwards, and lift. I'm sorry, I have to talk through that every time. A little simple sometimes. Okay, so here is, thank you. So here is the last one that I did. Isn't that awesome? So, and look at, you can totally tell, this is an amazing name for this, this suite, Hues of Happiness, all these different colors. So these are in this sheet, and then there's like more pinks and pinks to yellows in another sheet. They're just gorgeous. You have to have this designer paper. It's a must. Everybody last night thought so too. So here's this one, and I know, isn't it amazing? That's just one of the sheets. And then here is the first one that I did. Hey there. I like that. Just a little bit. Just a cutie. Okay. Yes or no? Yes, again. But sure, yes, I would agree that it would be money saving, but it's not my thing. I struggle with it. Let's see. So I showed you my close-ups, or I showed you my projects. I told you my reminders. I won't be on next week. Anything else I'm missing? I told you about the starter kit. It's an awesome deal. Do you know, my team likes to get together. Well, we haven't been as full lately, but I have scheduled in my month, every month, 2 times that we get together. One is our meeting. We do swaps, and We do, well, I'll tell you about my kitchen in a minute, Jamie. We do swaps, and we make projects and talk about business topics and recognition for people's sales and stuff like that. So that's what we do the first Thursday of the month. We meet that day. And then the third Thursday of the month, which is actually this week, we get together and just stamp, just to have fun. And I actually closed registration for this Thursday because Nadine and I need to work on our retreat stuff. Nobody else had signed up yet, and I'm like, you know what? I'm closing it because we need to work, and I'm going to be gone for a week, and then is the week of retreat, and we just have to make sure we're at a good spot. Okay, one moment, please. My kitchen is amazing. It's still not done. It's getting a little bit frustrating because I really want to take pictures and show you before and after, because I don't want to show you after pictures yet. It's different when you're here and you can see the whole thing, but when I'm showing you pictures, like, it would be like, what's that blue tape there? Because we have, it's my painter's idea for when he comes in to do touch-ups, put a piece of tape by it. So, you know, if there's a trouble spot that you want to make sure to tell me about, you know, put it there. Well, he can't come in yet because there's one thing wrong with a spot in the flooring. So they're putting in shoe base, which they were originally planning to do it, but we wanted baseboard, which it's the difference between, like, baseboard is like 3 or 4 inches, and then shoe base is just like a little inch thing, and it's intended to, like, hide a gap. But I didn't know any of that, and I was having a problem figuring out who was going to do it for me, because I wanted the baseboard. Well, so then they didn't do the shoe base, and one of the areas, it would have been fine, except one of the areas we must have a floor that is not even, and so there's a big gap. And so it came up in conversation. I wasn't going to worry about it, but then it came up in conversation. I'm like, okay, since you mentioned that, and now they still have to come back out and do it. And it's not like, we're just going to stop. Anyway, finishing painting is not going to happen until the shoe base is in, because the flooring people messed up the painting, and my painter was a little bit upset because, like, they just messed it up in certain areas. And so he's like, I'm not coming in. I don't want to come in until they're all done. I totally get it. So we're just waiting. But I am loving it. My kitchen is functioning, and it's gorgeous, and my last cabinet is up, and my last hardware is up, and I am loving it. And this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to recreate for you, or share with you, like, not in person. Maybe I'll have to do a live and show you my kitchen. Maybe that would be fun, but I don't know when that will be. But maybe I'll have to do that, because, like, there's this, so I told you about the drawer, my drawer story, right? That, first of all, years and years ago, somebody's drawer was like this big. And in their drawer, they had, like, spoon, spoon, spoon. I told you this story, right? And literally, I have a drawer. It's probably like this big, like this deep, and this wide, packed with stuff. Like spoons, spatulas, everything, beaters, everything was in that drawer. And then I had another one for measuring spoons and stuff like that. So it's crazy. So I have the drawer like that now, the big drawer, and I went crazy and I did organizing. And so, like, I have drawer organizers plus, like, little cup organizers around the edge. So I'm, like, using up all the space. So I have this great big drawer, and there's, like, here's a section for spatulas, here's a section for like pancake churner type spatulas. I call them the same thing. I don't know what, I call them both spatulas, like scraper spatulas, but then scoopy spatulas. I call them the same thing. And then like, what is another one? Oh, big spoons and whisks. And anyway, so there's this section that's like this wide that literally was all in one drawer like this. I love it. I love it. And I have a spice rack area that I bought stuff for. Like I didn't have a spice rack before. I had like 3-tier shelves where you put all your spices on it, but then you like have to peek around like, where's this one that I need? And then I saw somebody's spice drawer. You know how you have a spice drawer, you pull it out and then you see all the spices just laying there and you can see the names. And I was like, well, I don't want a drawer because I have a vision for my drawer. I just told you about my drawer. So I have this cupboard where I've always had my spices, and that's why I want them. And so I'm like, is there something that I can see all my spices like standing up rather than laying in the drawer? And so I found that, and it makes me so happy. I just love it. I love it. So I'm trying. I don't think that I want to do a walkthrough without it just being done. But yeah, I'll have to do a live for that. That will be a cool thing. So maybe I'll have to schedule a special live, not take up all the time for crafting. I'll have to schedule a special one or something. All right. So anyway, thanks for asking, Jamie. I'm loving my kitchen. Oh, and I have a new rule. You know, I have a hard time. You've seen my stamping area. You know I have a hard time keeping things tidy. I struggle. But my kitchen, I'm really trying to be good about keeping it clean and keeping it looking good. And like, it's just got such a clean look to begin with, and I want it to stay that way. And like, I don't have a lot of stuff on the counters and stuff like that. So I've just been trying to clean up after myself and like doing dishes, not just leaving them sit there for days or, you know, that kind of thing. And so Todd will come home with his dishes from lunch, and the first couple of days, like, if it couldn't go in the dishwasher, it would just sit there on the counter. Like, that's what we always did. And I said, okay, new rule. If it does not fit in the dishwasher, we don't use the dishwasher to clean this, then it goes in the sink. Because my sink is nice and deep, so you can come upstairs and see, wonderful kitchen, and there could be stuff in the sink and you don't see it. So I'm trying to keep it looking nice and just loving it. But my shelves are much higher, which is difficult. The top shelf for most of the cupboards, I can't reach it unless I have it like right at the edge, or it's I know I'm a goof. I just can't reach it. It's funny. So I didn't realize that there's a standard height for cabinets. Like, typical height of cabinets is 18 inches from your countertop. Thank you. Yes. People who've been here for club, they've seen it, even though it's not in a completely good stage. Like I said, it's functional and it's still gorgeous, but there's still stuff that needs to be worked on. So if you're in club, you get to see it, or come to class, or, you know, whatever. What was I saying? Oh, cabinets. Okay, so a standard is 18 inches. Well, I didn't know that, and it must have changed since my house was built, because our cabinets had been only 15 inches from the countertop, which is great for my height, but like certain machines like couldn't fit under it, kind of thing, or whatever. So anyway, besides we took out the bulkhead, and so we have cabinets to the ceiling. I can't get those top ones, But besides that, everything else is like 3 inches higher. So it's just everything is higher. It's just funny. Anyway, very much enjoying the kitchen. Very thankful that we were able to do this. And so I can't wait. I honestly can't wait to show you before and after pictures. It's crazy amazing. But I want to wait. I don't want to show you after pictures when there's still blue tape here and there, and or different things that had to be done. So, okay. So that's all. I'm done gabbing. I will see you. You know, I know that step stools are great, but I would have to keep them everywhere. And plus there's a weight minimum thing on most of them, or weight maximum on most of them. And I don't know, I feel like I'd be pulling it out forever. And I just don't want it out. So anyway, I have to wait for my husband or not put stuff up there or whatever. So, okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for sharing, or remember to share my video. And I will hopefully get out this week's cards soon. And so I will see you in 2 weeks. So it will be the Wednesday after Memorial Day. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Have a great day and a good Memorial Day too. Bye.